Hey guys, it's me, Charles, aka Internguy. Now, I know a lot of you are getting ready for the summer and some of you have these great internship opportunities, but you don't know where to begin. And today, I'm gonna give you some of my tips as a recruiter, coming from a recruiter's perspective, on how to have the best summer and the best internship. You ready? Let's go. Now, I know that you probably jumped hurdles, you jumped through a lot of hoops to get this opportunity, and you just have a lot of questions and you're somewhat nervous about what to expect for this summer. And if this is your first internship, I mean, it can be kind of overwhelming. You just don't know what to expect and what's gonna come at you. And today, I just wanna kind of help you feel a little bit more relaxed on what to expect. I mean, you have to understand a lot of these companies, they know that you're coming in with no experience. If this is your first internship, whether you're a sophomore, freshman, or hey, maybe this is your first internship as a junior or a senior, and you're right now, you're just kind of nervous about what to expect. And these companies, you have to understand, and these places that you're going to, they understand that. They're there, if not a great place, are there to help you train, to learn, to be better at a craft that you're studying for. And so I just want to kind of give you just some tips to get ready for the summer. So let's kind of jump into this, what we're going to discuss. Now, I think one of them that I want to say that is most important before jumping into any kind of internship, one would be do your homework. Make sure before you come to that organization, or you come to the company, or you even go to wherever you're going for your summer internship, that you're doing your homework, that you're going on LinkedIn or you're going online to find out a little bit of history about the organization, that you're going out to reach out to see how it's aligned, how people are basically aligned in the organization, what groups do they have, find out what what they're doing in the community, what they're doing overall as an organization. But most importantly, you want to kind of find out and feel comfortable. So when you're going in, there's no surprises, right? So you can also do a lot of hashtags. You know, hashtags are great. A lot of companies use hashtags. And so look up at the company, go to Google or go to Bing if you want to, wherever you want to go find and do some research, even ask peers online, or even go on Instagram and see, hashtag the company's name to see what kind of pictures they have and what they're doing, and read some of the comments that people are saying. Are they really excited? Are they with certain people? And you might even see some familiar faces when you come on campus. So my best suggestion to you is just do a little bit of homework. You might even find out maybe your manager, if you're aware who your manager is going to be, you might even find out information about them. You might find people, that they're connected to, or even some of their employees. So nevertheless, make sure you're doing your homework before you get to this site. That way, when you show up, you're going to feel, one, a little bit comfortable, and two, you might have a little bit of edge on those who might not have done their homework. So, the whole goal is to get an offer at the very end of this internship. So the one thing I suggest to you is, do a little bit of homework, do a little bit of research, and it'll go a long way to understand the organization, understand the groups that you're going to, and maybe some of the technology, or maybe even some of the work that they're working on, whether you're, going to go work in an apprenticeship, in the entertainment industry, legal, or technology. Just make sure you're doing a little bit of research before you just, show up on day one. All right. That's tip number one. Number two is make sure that, when you show up on your first day and you've done a little bit of research on the company, and you might have done, a little bit of online, research through Instagram or Facebook or any other social sites, how to dress. Right? You want to make sure that you're showing up looking appropriate. I remember I went to this one organization, and I was thinking that they're really strong in finance. Everybody was finance. So in my mind, I thought for sure that this organization was all about finance and tools, and so I had this image in my mind that I better look the part. I'm pretty much sure everyone's walking around in suits. There's probably tons of investors and everything else. There's probably a lot of finance and accounting, people walking around. So in my mind, I just tried to dress the way they looked. I didn't really do any research like I should have, like I told you. And I showed up on the first day for the interview, and for the most part, I stood out because I had a white shirt, I had cufflinks, my pants were pinstripe. I was like ready to rock it. And I walked in and everyone's wearing jeans and khakis, tennis shoes, t-shirts, you know, just like V-neck sweaters. And a few people who recognized me started laughing and said, dude, really, are you wearing cufflinks? You know, so I say I probably overdressed, which sometimes is not a bad thing. But what my suggestion is to you is, you know, go look, find out, speak to your recruiter and just ask him like, hey, what's the dress code or what's the appearance that everyone, you know, the general sense of what to wear on the first day of my internship? Is it business casual? Is it very casual? If you're in the Silicon Valley, it's probably really casual, but you always just want to make sure you check and just ask somebody just before you just get in there and just bust out like some holy jeans and Birkenstocks, all right? So just make sure you're dressed in the part. And being overdressed is never a bad thing because it probably lasts for one day and you realize like, a three-piece suit is probably not the best gig for the software engineering role, all right? Another tip, I would say the third tip and the most important tip I would say would be treat this internship like it's a job, all right? Now, this is very important. I probably saved the best tip for last. An internship, when you think about it, is really a 10, 12, 14, maybe 16 week interview evaluation. So if you're going through an interview, you want to make sure that you're doing your part, you're speaking the part, you're acting the part, you dress the part, and you're answering all the questions and asking questions. Those are just typical things that you do in an interview. And you're going to have to basically take all those pieces over your, 2 to 3 month your 2 to 3 month internship and kind of make that part of your process, your everyday process, right? You're going to ask questions. You're going to show up on time. You might stay a little bit later to ask, some more detailed questions. You might ask, and work on things, a little bit later than normal, right? So you want to make sure that you're putting everything in to this as if it's your real job. I mean, if you have coworkers who are leaving an hour too early, stay a little later. Maybe they basically, have some pedigree in the game and they can get up and walk out the door, but maybe just staying a little bit longer might give a perception that you're really interested. That is, if you're really interested in the opportunity and you're working 110%. But most importantly, that you're really doing something that, shows the team that you're really interested and you're focused and you want to do just beyond what you're really called to do on a daily basis. I would also say is, make sure that you're networking with people that are around you. This is all part of, treating this like your job, so I would tell you on an ongoing basis, on a daily basis, is to engage, treat this role like it's your job, look for the support, try to find individuals around you who can kind of help you out, stay late if necessary, and engage and understand that it's not about you, it's about a team effort. It's a team effort to make something successful for the organization that you're going to. So just don't come in thinking like I'm here for an internship. Treat it like a job, treat it like it's a 12-day interview process, and believe me, you'll have a great summer. But the thing is that some of these tips would help you go a long way if you just put a little effort into them. Come dressed to impress, treat this like your job. And most importantly, just do a little bit of homework. And even while you're there, you can continue to do all these things and expand in all three of these areas. And the whole goal is to get you that golden ticket that gets you the job so that way you can seal the deal, all right? So 1, do your homework. 2, dress to impress. And 3, treat this like it's your job. Because in the end result, you want to get the job. All right? So take these tips. If you want to, go down in the comments below. Let's make a community, ask some questions, talk, work with each other, network with one another, and basically look for some other additional tips. And I'll be in those comments too every so often, just kind of plugging away and helping those out who might need it. So nevertheless, go ahead, if you have a chance right now, subscribe to this page, more videos to watch, more tips, and even some live videos so that way we can answer questions on the live. So until then, you take care, subscribe now, because there's a lot more that you can learn to have the best internship experience to get the job that you want. All right, you take care.